People who let their mom count to 0. What happened after? She's currently on 1/125899906842624. I'll let you know if she ever gets there. Everything goes black and the last thing I see is my mother's slipper speeding toward me. Wooden spoon impact. Edit. I see a lot of people asking if I'm Italian, Irish or even Polish. Nope. American. But the art of the wooden spoon was taught through many generations in our family. I'm just thankful I never got the belt. She was bluffing. But only the first time. Pussies. My mom started at 0. My ears are still ringing. Seriously. I got a minor case of tinnitus. I had my sister's Hello Kitty belt imprint left on my ass. I'm gonna count again. 5. 4. She started counting to negative numbers. Not my mother, because she rarely disciplined me and my siblings. But my grandma. Oh no. When I went to 0, I got her classic little old Asian lady move. A sock filled with pennies thrown at me at speeds I never thought possible. Shit hurted. Half of my respiratory organs were destroyed. Oh lord, she coming. I'll never know. She got to 7 and being the resident smartass I said oh cool. Showing off again. Mom, that went real well for me. This is Reddit, not a Ouija board. Tried it once. She gave a defeated sigh, then chuckled. Then she said something like, "You're getting too old." That was the day I became a man. I'll never forget my 32nd birthday. Bold of you to assume that they are alive to tell their story. The chase of a lifetime that ended in a red hot posterior. She yelled my name real loud. Deleted. She reset me to the factory settings. She slapped the soul out of my body and it ricocheted back in me. She smiled and embraced me. "You've passed the test," she said. "You are a man now." The next day I woke up and I was a plumber with 20 years experience. The chancellor. Moms never get to 0. There's fractions out there you can't even imagine. Alright. I'm coming in late here, but this reminded me of the time I went the distance with my mom. My whole life we've rarely argued, and during my entire upbringing we only had a few actual fights, all of which were 100% my fault. The point I'm making is that my mom is a really sweet, genuine person who did an amazing job raising 2 boys on her own. When I was 12 I had a bad day and got home in a mood. I wasn't quite looking for a fight per se, but I was being a crabby, snappy, negative jerk. Mom put up with it for a while and then had enough. I can't recall the catalyst, but she wanted me to do something and I refused. So the count came. 3, 2, and I interjected. 1. Bitch. There was a stunned silence for a moment, and then she looked at me with rage in her eyes. I am sorry. I pleaded, but I had crossed a line and punishment was coming. She moved so fast, like a blur, and I was frozen. I was taller than her, but she scooped me up, thrust me in a chair, and told me to wait there. Her voice had both ice and heat. How is that possible? She came back with a bar of ivory soap which she jammed into my mouth. It was gross, with high notes of bitter soap taste, but also a strange sickly sweetness that made me want to gag. And that's how I know that drive. Pepper tastes like Robitussin with ivory soap. A splash of prune juice and carbonated water. I think I got grounded as well, but the fear she instilled really did the trick. I woke up in the back of a wagon heading to Skyrim. Seriously, please like and subscribe, and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. The doctor diagnosed her with dyscalculia. You are fucking done, followed by my entire name, with emphasis on my middle, followed by an ass beating I still remember 15 years later. You know what a Switch is, and I'm not talking about Nintendo. Weaklings. My mother would count after I was already whooped to give me time to stop crying, or I'll be whooped again. I never got in trouble, but my sister did. She let my mother count to 0. She just got shouted at. My sister ran upstairs crying. It hurt until 2005. My mom went from 060. The Big Bang. My mom counted up, and if I wasn't making moves, she suddenly became a sloth. You better move your butt. 2.5. I was a pussy. I never let her get to 3. This is Alexa's mother here posting. I am posting on his behalf as I counted to 0. He did not survive. I used to not know what would happen when I counted to 10. My son has let me get there once, and it ended with me literally wrestling him into his pajamas and him going to bed without getting to read any books. He was very upset, and I felt like a terrible person, but he hasn't let me go past 7 since that day. I gotta say, the last time my mom ever tried to spank me, I dove right between her legs, knocked her over, and ran like a fucking wild hog. I guess she realized then that she was too old for this lol. Your parents counted. 3, 2, 1, 0. The sound of a belt coming undone through the loops of pants frightened me. I'll let her divide by 0 once. A black hole opened up, and all hell broke loose. And x200b. And x200b. Carrot, heck. Sorry mom. Close bracket. I got a privilege taken away. After that would come immediate buyer's remorse. I'd do whatever it was she had wanted me to do in the first place. Cry. And beg. And I never, ever got her to reverse her decision. My mom's a tough cookie. And it took me way too long to catch on lol. I guess I wasn't exactly the brightest child. Ask my oxygen tank. I stupidly said "Aru, I did not know you could her" when she beat the soul out of me. I saw everything that had ever happened in any place ever all at the same time. I saw every great extinction event in reverse and the thunderous slaps had fucking reverb. She beat me like a sexually frustrated teen beats their meat. She hit me so hard I saw new colors. Her grip was like a jaguar's jaws on a gazelle's neck. There was no escape. No one who let their mom get to 0 is around to tell the tale. I died. Am I the only one whose mom counted to 3? Question mark?